And summer plans, Mark? Last day of NBA Today for the summer.
No, I'm going to go see Michael Eaves going to the University of Kentucky Hall of Fame.
That is awesome.
He's got me going to Lexington, Kentucky on my offseason.
That's great. That's a very worthy reason. Ramona, anything
I'm getting away for a long weekend.
Good. Love that.
Beach. I can't go too far. We have two little ones, but.
Udonis, I would ask you, but you're in Miami, so I feel like every
day
for you.
Exactly. It's always vacation.
It's the last day of summer for us here at NBA Today, and we have a packed show. So let's kick things off with the reigning champions, the NBA, the Thunder, of course. Shea is the reigning league MVP, but he will take on some notable former MVPs as the Thunder look to defend their title. So it's all going to start on ring night against KD, the first Thunder player to win MVP for the franchise. After that, SGA will square off with James Harden and the Clippers on November 4th. Harden, of course, became MVP after being traded away from the Thunder, and James is the last American-born player to win the award way back in 2018. We've got a treat on November 11th, 11/11, baby, make a wish. That's when we'll see SGA and the Thunder take on Steph Curry and the Warriors. Curry is a two-time MVP and the only player to ever win the award unanimously back in 2016. The next night, OKC will clash with the Lakers and their former four-time MVP, LeBron James. LeBron has gotten the better of the head-to-head matchups with SGA in their careers, winning 10 of the first 16 meetings. Then, the first clash of the season between SGA and Joker comes on February 1st. Yeah, Ramona's ready for that one.
That's a long time.
That's the first one?
The top two finishers in last year's race will meet four times down the stretch of the season. So OKC is fresh off 68 wins and their first title as a group. Heading into next season, most expect them at the top of the league, and their schedule actually could help. OKC has the sixth easiest schedule heading into next season. So we're going to go to you, D, somebody who knows a thing or two about winning back-to-back titles. You did it with the Heat. What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge facing OKC as they try to run it back?
I think this team is mature beyond their years. They've shown that in the past, so I think they'll be ready when they step into arenas and they'll be prepared. But I think what they're going to get from other teams is going to be different. Every single team in the NBA is going to be gunning for you. Every single night you walk in, that is going to be the other teams, the opposing team's championship game that particular night. I just remember defending our championship, and there was so many games that we were down in the fourth quarter against teams that weren't as good as us, that didn't have the talent that we had, didn't have the experience that we had. But there were so many games that in the fourth quarter we had to pull those games out down the stretch. I mean, I specifically remember being down 27 points going into the fourth quarter against Cleveland and having to come back and pull that game out. Every single night, you're going to get every team's best effort. So for me, I think that's going to help them in the long run because they will be battle tested throughout the whole season going into the playoffs. Hopefully they can stay healthy. But starting out the season, everybody's going to give their maximum effort when OKC comes to town.
It really is going to be the proverbial target on the back for the reigning champions if they want to go back-to-back for sure. Ramona, what say you?
Look, I'm not worried about them at all. I feel like when I was around them this year, they reminded me a lot of those Warriors in 2015, where they went and won a title and then they won 73 games the next year. Like, this OKC team is young. They are still getting better. Last year, I know they avoided major injuries outside of Chet Holmgren, and that was one of the reasons they won 68 games. But I think they can win more games. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the league in scoring last year. He also would have led the league in scoring if you just counted his first three quarters, okay, up until the last week of the season, and that fell off a little bit. But that's when they sat him. But he's still getting better. Chet Holmgren's still getting better. J-Dub still has a higher ceiling. This team, they're still young. They're hungry. They're not even as good as they're going to be, and they already won 68 games. Nothing would surprise me in terms of them in the regular season because they don't even play that many minutes. Shai averaged 34 minutes a game last year. Their starting five is average about 30 minutes a game. That was
so
the middle
deep.
of they're so deep.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be Shai carrying them every night.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Mark Spears, biggest challenge for OKC.
I don't know if there was an NBA team that drank less champagne and beer.
They didn't know how to open the bottle.
They didn't.
The Thunder.
And they didn't like the beer. J-Dub did not like the taste of beer.
I don't either.
That was the first time he ever drank.
Yeah.
I'm a wine guy, Kendall Jackson, stuff like that.
That fits you.
But do they have a hangover, right? Like, when they come back to Oklahoma City, are they feeling themselves? I'm a champ now. People might have assistants suddenly helping them that they didn't have before. Doors are open that weren't open before. As UD said, that target is on your back. There was not a team I thought in the NBA last season that loved each other, had better camaraderie, put their arms around each other more, was less selfish than this team, right? And it all starts with SGA. And I think he's going to make sure it's right. He's a quiet leader who'll get everybody on the same page. But they had a shorter offseason, getting that ring. I mean, you can't help but feel yourself a little bit. So let's see how they come back to Oklahoma City.
It'll be interesting to see for sure. All right, moving on to a team that's in a much different position, Philadelphia 76ers, where after a 24-58 season, injury questions loom large at the start of the season for their stars Joel Embiid and Paul George. Here's head coach Nick Nurse on where things stand for his all-star big man as training camp approaches.
I'm not sure. I know things. All the news is positive. I know he's working very, very hard, and I think things look good. Whether he's ready for training camp or not, I think there's maybe a lot more decisions than that to make before we get there. But our main thing is that he's healthy to play and play to his near his capabilities, because he's awesome. No doubt about that. He is. When he's on the floor, any night he's out there, we got a chance to win, which is amazing. And we just want to make sure and get him healthy.
So the 76ers will be one of the teams with the most back-to-back games next season. That's key with Joel Embiid's availability. The 2023 MVP has not played in any back-to-back games since early 2024. So we know he's probably not going to play in back-to-back games again. And Ramona, I want to go to you on this because Nick Nurse, one of my favorite things about him is he's just kind of the eternal optimist, right? So he always sounds very positive. But what say you about this Philadelphia 76ers team? It seems like it's always about health with them.
By the way, you want to know what their record was in back-to-backs last year?
What was it?
2-13. Not good. Look, I think Nick Nurse is managing expectations there. I think everybody's been waiting to see what Joel Embiid is going to look like after he took that long layoff and then had the surgery and is coming back. There was a big, long article by the ESPN about a month ago where he talked about everything he's been through in his life and his career. And we're at that point now where you don't need to talk anymore. We just need to see it. We just need to see him out there. And I think Nick Nurse is giving him some space in order to get back on the court whenever that may be, whether it's the start of training camp, whether it's the middle of it. But I'll say this. All the videos I see, all the word I get out of Philly is that Tyrese Maxey and McCain and the younger guys and VJ Edgecombe, they've all been in the gym all summer long. And these guys, Embiid, Paul George, missed a lot of time last year. That young group, they may not wait. They may not be able to wait.
They might go the youth movement route, as they say. So when you take inventory of the situation, Mark, what direction should Philly go?
If I'm Nick Nurse, you got to lean on who's there. I just spent a lot of time over the last 2 months with Greg Oden. And when you see people that their bodies have failed them, you sadly can't count on them, even though they're extremely talented, such is the case, unfortunately, with Joel. Such is the case with PG, unfortunately. So what do, Nick Nurse? You lean on your guards. You have a wealth of guards, and I'm gonna just rattle them off. Maxey, a healthy McCain, a re-signed Grimes, Rookie of the Year candidate, I'm gonna call it now, VJ Edgecombe. Eric Gordon is back, Kyle Lowry, and don't forget starter Kelly Oubre. There's a riches of guards that go there, go with a 3-guard lineup. I think that's their best bet to be competitive.
So play fast.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Coming up on NBA Today, we've got a lot to get to. You've heard about Skinny Luka, but what about catching coast to coast for a deeper look? The Lakers have 34 national TV games this year, tied for the most in the league. Plenty of chances to see Skinny Luka, and how about it? Catch and shoot LeBron. He posted this clip in the gym yesterday. So, Udonis, how much faith do you have in catch and shoot LeBron?
I got all the faith in the world in catch and shoot LeBron. LeBron is one of the smartest basketball players in the game. He literally learns everybody's position. His skill set allows him to play everybody's position. And I remember him coming into Miami one night and dropping 40 on us when he was with the Lakers. All catch and shoot threes, and we just couldn't stop it. He got it going. So I'm all in for it.
All right, over to Milwaukee. No more Damian Lillard, but the Bucks will have the 4th easiest strength of schedule. Ramona, do you think people are sleeping on the Bucks?
Yes. Listen, this group went 10-4 when Dame was out with his deep vein thrombosis. They added Cole Anthony. They're still in the East where everybody else is hurt, and they still have Batman, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Kyle Kuzma's going to be better this year. He's going to have a whole camp. He's going to learn how to play with Giannis just like he learned how to play with LeBron. They're going to be way better than people think.
Oh, my
Wake
bad.
up. Wake up. Come on.
You got Mark and UD snoozing. All right, the Mavericks have the 6th hardest schedule. They played
wake up
44
now.
games.
Come on.
44 games against teams that were 500 or above last season. Dallas, of course, is going to lean heavily on Cooper Flagg. Mark, how good is he going to be in year 1?
We got to start giving this guy some hype. He's going to be special. He's going to be one of the best rookies in NBA history. I saw him in the training with USA Basketball 2 years ago. He was on the select team playing against the Olympic team, and he was the best player there, like 16, 17 years old. He doesn't turn 19 till December.
Whoa.
This kid is going to be a superstar, and I think it's going to hit early.
You don't often hear people say that a number 1 pick is underrated or not being talked about enough,
We need
Mark.
to talk about him more.
All right, so Cooper Flagg looked the part in Summer League, and the top pick, of course, is the favorite to win Rookie of the Year, according to ESPN Bet. Flagg will look to become the first Mavs player to win Rookie of the Year since Luka Doncic in 2019. For more, check out Kevin Pelton's piece. It's up on ESPN.com right now. It's called Who Can Top Cooper Flagg for NBA Rookie of the Year award. He makes the case for each rookie with a chance to steal the spotlight from Flagg this season. So, UD, what rookie not named Cooper Flagg are you watching this season?
I'm looking at these 2 guys out here in Utah, and I'm real intrigued about what they got going on in Utah. I love the athleticism. I love the skill set of Ace Bailey. But I look around that locker room, and I look at that roster, and I say, there's opportunity for him to play, and you also have veteran leadership. You have Kevin Love in that locker room. You have Kyle Anderson in that locker room. So you have guys that have been there. And also look at Walter Clayton Jr., who they traded up to take Walter Clayton Jr. I look at that point guard situation. I look at Isaiah Collier, which is crazy because he's got a year in the league, and he is 21 years old. I look at Keontae George. He's got a year in the league, and he's 21. Collier's 20. George is 21 years old, and Walter Clayton Jr., who they just drafted this year, is 22. He is older than both of the guys that have already got 1 year in the league. So I look at this team and I say, Utah is going to give these guys an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to make mistakes, and I think this is an opportunity for these guys to see what they have in the future with these young boys. So I'm going to watch these guys.
UD, where did he go to school?
Oh, listen here, where did he win a championship at, should you be asking me?
Ramona, what a rookie not named Cooper Flagg do you have your eye on for this season?
I think Trey Johnson. I think the Wizards got a steal there. They got, a lot of people thought they were going to get Ace Bailey, or they felt bad they didn't get. I think Trey Johnson's going to be a steal here. And I'm surprised that he's the number 2 pick there, but he's a great shooter. He's a great scorer. He looked great in Summer League. I was